day 2 of documenting my life, my experiences, things about business, AI, and everything that is happening between those years. So, a very interesting thing started happening with me yesterday after I recorded the first video. It was constantly thinking about what I said in that video and what I could say better. And the first thought was, well, that's not a good video. I should record another one. And then I catch myself in the same exact moment that, dude, that's exactly the problem why you didn't post for so many years. Because I had tons of trials. I was recording stuff and I didn't really like it. And then I never posted and I never started. So I understood that perfectionism is actually another word or a fancy word for procrastination. I want it to be perfect. That's why I'm procrastinating. So I realized that it's good the way it is. Improve it on the next video. And that's how everything works actually in life, right? That's what progress means. You do it the way you do it because you don't have experience or large experience, and then on the next trial you do it better, keeping in mind that what you did could be improved, and then so on and so on and so on until you become really good, until you can articulate your thoughts better, or until you have a better thought process, and so on. So today we woke up in this beautiful hotel with the beautiful view that we have from the balcony. I really hope the sound of this insects is not bothering. What I want to comment is I start seeing or watching where algorithm is pushing more videos on this exact topic, on the recording and documenting and putting the content out there. And people that I'm listening to is Alex Hormozi. First of all, like, I really love this guy, everything he do, and I think he's one of the best marketers in the world right now, by results, by proof. And then Gary Vee, who is again huge on content, like huge. He's always saying, hey, if you'll record and post 500 times a week, you'll have no problems. I mean, financial and business problems at all, never. So it makes sense, right? Because when we do business, when we have, like, let's say any type of job, if more people would know about what we do, then we'll have more business. That's how marketing works. And marketing is or advertising is nothing more than just letting strangers know about what you do. And out of thousands of people who watched it, who see what you're talking about, like you're explaining, a small percentage will be interested and will reach out and so on, and like the business will start. As well as Hormozi is helping me mentally to go through this process, to understand something really important that everybody needs to understand. I will say it with my own words. At the beginning, everything will look and sound cringe. And that's how it should be. That's normal to be. Because at the beginning, you don't have the reputation. At the beginning, people don't know you and they don't understand why they should listen to you. They didn't get any value. You didn't do any, crazy stuff in the world. So it's worth listening. Because it's a very important lesson that I learned from Hormozi is whenever you are talking on the stage, in front of camera, whatever, people need to have a reason why to listen to you. Like, why should I keep watching, keep listening? And he gave a good example. If I will come to the stage with like 1,000 people and I will start talking about investments, but you have no idea who am I, like, you won't take it too serious, right? You'll be like, yeah, well, makes sense. But if Warren Buffett will be on the same stage and he will tell you exactly the same things, now you'll pay attention. Why? Just because there is proof. And I really love this concept of having proof, and I'm using it actively in my business. And everything we do, we first of all start with proof, like showing the numbers, showing the results, showing what do we do, how this works, how this worked for others, and then talking into the rest of the presentation and doing the free trials for people. We're not like, hey, pay us first and then we'll show you what we got. I'm a very big advocate of doing the work for free so people can see, first of all, what do you have as a proof, or showing your results as a proof, or combining those two, and then actually giving you the offer. Because this, first of all, it creates a reciprocity. I really love this word. It creates a reciprocity, and it makes the beautiful business transaction between two parties feel very honest, right? Because the client, or the potential client, he has no idea who are you, and everybody had in their past a lot of experiences with a lot of people that are making big promises and they're not delivering. So we want to change this pattern to be different, and to first show the proof, show how it works, do it for free, give the right support, and then ask for money. Volume, one of the components of this content creation is volume. And this volume part can be attached to anything in life. Again, I learned this from Alex Hormozi, and the more I apply this, the more I understand what he actually meant when he was saying volume. Because when you do like from 10 to 100 times more repetition in the same amount of time, you think this is volume. When you get from 100 to 1,000, that's when you're like, well, 100, it wasn't volume, it was like nothing. And then when you increase from 1,000 and up, like anything you do, like I don't know in what business you are, but if you would do 100x more actions per same amount of time, you will get maybe not 100 output, 100 times output, but somewhere around like 30, 50, 60 for sure. And this is again the answer to a lot of problems in our life. If we would do more reps, more repetition, then this will solve a lot of the problems. And people usually, that's what I noticed about myself, and that's what I noticed about people around me, that we have a very low input, but we have a very high output expectations, which is fundamentally really wrong, if to think about. So every time I'm hearing like someone that just started the business journey selling online, because that's the space that I'm in for 11 years, I see them creating, let's say, 15, 20 posts, and they're like, well, I don't, and that was in like one and a half month they just started, and they're like, well, I don't see the results yet. Maybe they have like one sale, two sales, and they have this easy disappointment in their eyes. And I'm like always, always laughing. I'm always giving them this frame that the volume that you just did, I can do it with one hand while I'm having a coffee in about 10 minutes. So because of that, because I understand this concept, I cannot take serious what you're just saying, that, hey, I did the work, where is the results, where is my, outcome? And this is a very interesting topic that I will develop in more videos, explaining the concept of volume. And the beauty of this concept is that we are in the AI era, or the intelligent technologies era, where most of your actions can be done by AI. And as you know, AI can do, thousands and thousands times more repetitions without getting tired, without needing the food, without needing the sleep. It can do the work pretty much on autopilot if you know how to set it up correctly, and it's going to do it in huge volumes. huge. And a lot of the manual work or labor is gone. So those times are gone, and I'm really surprised to see that even today people are not taking advantage of it. Like a lot of people use AI, but they use it as a Google on steroids. Others who understood how to build something with AI, they're building some little toys that are cool to have, but are they actually making new money? Are they actually doing something really meaningful? Not like AI's agents that are answering your emails and blah blah blah. Because like these features, Google just release, and everything you build like any agent, it's equal to zero. But something meaningful, something that it takes a team of 100 people, and you can do it by yourself with just one agent or like a group of agents. That's what we need to think about. That's the era we're living right now. And I heard like 1 month ago that there is the first $1 billion company who was created by just one person, created and operated by one person, and a bunch of AIs. And by the way, funny enough, this company is not a SaaS company, is not a something digital, but it was an e-commerce brand where they were selling, I guess, GLP ones, and it was operated entirely by one person. So everything like the website, the email marketing, the ads, every little step was run by this AI agents and operated by one person in the loop. So this is huge, and that's the best news for me, because again, this proved that AI in e-commerce, like selling physical products, that's where huge value is, because everybody now have access to this technology and everybody can copy each other and can build stuff. So the value of this, companies or on these products are not as high anymore. Because before you needed a huge team with very smart, intelligent people who can build, plan, sell. Now AI can do it. So now the power of AI plus a physical product, that's where like big money will be. So luckily for me, I understood that very early on, and I did it just because that's what I thought it should be. And then like this guy who made the first $1.8 billion in a year, if I'm not mistaken, that's the numbers. He did it with the physical product. So that's exactly what we do. That's exactly what I'm gonna talk about more. I will come up with new ideas, and I will be really happy to have more people on this journey, because as a conclusion of this video, yesterday I was on the beach, and I had like a little daydreaming, where I was saying, I answered to my wife about it. You know what I'm dreaming about? That the robots can come into our day-to-day life faster, so they can handle all the boring job, like a lot of people was having here on the beach. Like there was like 29 degrees outside on the beach, and there was in their shoes, leather shoes on the beach, because they have to keep this standard of the hotel. And they're doing a very, let's say, repetitive and dumb work that doesn't need intelligence, doesn't need a human in that process. Like a robot can handle it with ease and can stand there like all day long, and if someone needs something, they raise their hand and the robot will be there like to do whatever they need. And so us humans can have more time to spend in front of our computer, phone, building little stuff, little things, little agents that could do some work, like to create something to sell, whatever you want. Like maybe it's a digital product, maybe it's a digital service, maybe this is a physical product, but it should be created and run by AI agents. You are just the operator, you are just checking that everything works as intended, and then we can live a great life. meaningful life, like to spend it with our family, to spend it with our friends, to go to the beach, and not to be in this position where you are doing some kind of dumb work day by day, just because of little amount of money. So that's the dream that I have, like to have more people on board, and I'm pretty sure we will get there if we'll handle it correctly as humanity. We will get there. So the goal is to start and to keep this idea in mind, and then we will live a happier life for sure. Thanks for watching.